Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Head Chef Mom. I'm Kendall Lawrence and I am just so happy that you're here again with me today. And today I want to share another lovely soup recipe. I want to share with you my recipe for beef and barley soup. Now this soup is so thick and so hearty that it seems more like a stew. So I don't know whether to call it a soup or a stew. And really, you can call it whatever you want to call it as long as you call it delicious. So come on in and let's take a look at our ingredients. So here are the ingredients for our beef and barley stew. I have a chuck roast here that I'm going to cube up. I have some Better Than Bullion beef base. I have some sea salt. I have some dried thyme. I have a couple of carrots here. I have a couple stalks of celery, and I have a couple of parsnips. I have some black pepper. I have some Worcestershire sauce. I have a little bit of soy sauce that I'll be using. I have some sliced white mushrooms. I have some cooked barley that I cooked according to package directions. This was the quick cook barley, and it cooks essentially the same way as you cook rice. I have a medium to large size yellow onion, and I have a few potatoes, 3 or 4 potatoes that I'll be using. So let's go ahead and start putting this together. My first order of business here is to get my chuck roast cubed up, and today I'm also, while I'm sharing this recipe with you, I am going to be reviewing this Kuma chef's knife, and I've been using this knife for a couple of weeks, and I really do like this knife. It's very lightweight and it's very sharp and efficient. So I'm going to use this now to cube up my beef. Now I like my beef when I have a stew to be pretty thick and chunky. So I'm going to cut this up into about 1/2 inch chunks. And do you see how nicely this Kuma chef's knife is going through my chuck roast here? It's like really nice. So I'm going to get this all sliced up, just like I'm doing it now against the grain. And then I'm going to cut these, I think, in half, but it's going to be really chunky. Ready to prep my vegetables now. And the Kuma chef's knife made cubing up that chuck roast easy breezy. So I'm gonna cut up my parsnip now, and if you've ever used parsnip, you know that it's pretty hard, but the Kuma knife makes it really easy to use. This knife is so lightweight, guys, that it gives you a lot of good control, and the handle is very ergonomically friendly, so you have just a lot of good control with it. Goes right through. And excuse my knife skills, but I've always said I don't have very many. But I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this chopped up. I don't want to bore you with all my chopping, okay? Okay, so I am just about finished cutting up all of my veggies, and the Kuma chef knife certainly made easy work of it. I have really enjoyed having this knife, and if you are interested in having this knife, I am giving away one of the knives, and in order to be eligible to get the knife in the giveaway, what you would need to do is you need to be subscribed to my channel. You also need to comment in the comment section that you would like to have the knife, and you also need to share the video. So what I'd like you to do is say, I shared, I like the knife, and then you'll be eligible to get one of these Kuma chef knives. And also there will be a link in the description box that will allow you to get a discount on the knife. So if you click on that link and order the knife, you'll get a 20% discount. Okay? So this is a really nice knife to have. I really do like it, and I really do appreciate having it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get over to the stove. Guys, so here's what I've got going on now. I've got my stove on medium-high heat, and in batches, I am just browning up my cubed up chuck on all sides so that it's nice and brown and it has a good kind of sear on it on each side. so that it seals in the flavor. Here's what I've gotten done so far, but you can see what I've got there going on in the pot. So it's got a nice sear on it. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm almost done with that and I'll be right back. Okay, so my meat is nicely seared on all sides, and I am taking some of my beef base, and I have added 5 cups of water to my Dutch oven here, and I'm going to add 5 teaspoons, not measuring teaspoons, but the little kitchen teaspoons, not the soup spoon. I'm going to add 5 of these spoons of beef bouillon to my water to make a stock. So I've added my 5 spoons of beef base, and I'm just using this flat bottomed wooden spoon, and I'm scraping up all of the fond or all of the good bits on the bottom of the pot to make sure all of that flavor gets in there. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce and 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. And I'm going to add my meat back to the pot, and all of the juices that I kept are going back into because that's flavor. I am going to bring this up to a simmer, and then I'm going to just let it simmer for an hour and a half, and I will be back. Okay guys, so I sauteed up my vegetables and I just plopped them down in my Dutch oven here with my meat already. And now I'm going to add my potatoes, and then I'm going to stir it around and see if I have enough liquid. I want to just cover this. So let me see. It doesn't look like I'm going to have enough. So I am going to add some more liquid. Now, I have not decided whether or not I'm going to add just some water or if I'll add the water and a little bit more of the beef base, and I'm going to decide that based on what it tastes like. So I'm going to taste it, and if it's salty enough, then I'm not going to add any beef broth or beef base to it. I'll just add water, and I'm going to also just taste to see if I need to salt and pepper it, and I'm going to add my dried thyme to it, and I'm going to let this simmer for about another 45 minutes, and I'll be back for the final step. Okay guys, I'm right back. It's just a minute later, not 45 minutes yet. We haven't even begun simmering. So I just wanted to update you really quickly. I tasted it, and with the beef base that it has in it, it's got plenty of saltiness. It's just right actually. So I've added some black pepper. I've added about 2 teaspoons of thyme, and I added 2 cups of plain water. And I'm gonna bring this up to a nice simmer and let it go for, as I said earlier, about 45 minutes. We'll come back and we'll do the last quick and final step, and then we'll taste, and I'll be back. We have been simmering along now for almost an hour, and my vegetables are tender and my meat is super tender. And the last step in the process now is to stir in our barley. Look at how hearty and delicious this beef and barley stew looks, guys. It looks wonderful and inviting and comforting, and it's kind of chilly, a little bit on the chilly side, like 60s, and it's rainy and dreary. We're on the heels of Hurricane Harvey. We're getting the remnants of that. So this is perfect. This is perfect. It's so rich looking, and the gravy is so dark. It's beautiful. Let's give it a taste. Get some parsnip and some carrots. Oh, gee. That is really good. The meat is really tender. The seasonings are spot on. The barley has soaked up the flavor. You get some sweetness from the carrots and the parsnips and the onions. I can taste the celery. It's perfect. It's comforting. It's delicious. Guys, don't forget to make yourself eligible for the Kuma knife giveaway, to follow the instructions in the in the description box. And also, please make sure you share this video. And as always, comment, like, again, share, and go feed your family. I love you guys. Bye-bye.